Welcome to the MyAZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. We provide the right resources on criminal defense and family law so you can stay informed. The attorneys at MyAZ Lawyers have the knowledge and expertise needed for your case and will give you the tools to protect your rights.
In this episode, we'll discuss why it's crucial to seek a skilled defense attorney when facing drug possession charges in Arizona. If you've been charged with drug possession and other drug-related offenses in Arizona, a public defender might not be sufficient to meet your needs. Most drug possession offenses in Arizona are charged at the felony level, which can mean a lifetime of negative consequences. However, a skilled defense attorney can identify the best legal strategies for your specific circumstances that could lead to your charges being reduced or even dismissed. You have the right to hire your own defense counsel if you aren't happy with the attorney appointed to your case by the court. First, let's analyze in detail ARS Section 1334-07. ARS Section 1334-07 is Arizona's law regarding the possession, use, administration, acquisition, sale, manufacture, and transportation of dangerous drugs. It states that a person shall not knowingly do the following actions. 1. Possess or use a dangerous drug. 2. Possess a dangerous drug for sale. 3. Possess equipment or chemicals or both for the purpose of manufacturing a dangerous drug. 4. Manufacture a dangerous drug. 5. Administer a dangerous drug to another person. 6. Obtain or procure the administration of a dangerous drug by fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or subterfuge. 7. Transport for sale, import into this state, or offer to transport for sale or import into this state. Sell, transfer, or offer to sell or transfer a dangerous drug. Violations of paragraphs 2, 4, 5, and 7 are Class 2 felonies in Arizona. A violation of paragraph 6 or 3 is a Class 3 felony, unless the defendant violates Chapter 3 with methamphetamine, which is a Class 2 felony. A violation of paragraph 1 is a Class 4 felony in Arizona. The court can also choose to reduce this offense to a Class 1 misdemeanor if the defendant has no prior convictions, and the drugs involved didn't include lysergic acid diethylamide, methamphetamine, amphetamine, or phencyclidine. Now let's go over the key drug possession penalties in Arizona that you should keep in mind. Simple drug possession can be charged as a Class 1 misdemeanor, which is the most serious type of misdemeanor in Arizona, but pales in comparison to a felony conviction. A misdemeanor is punishable by a maximum of 6 months in jail. The sentences for felonies can be much longer and come with dire consequences like the loss of certain civil rights and severe difficulties finding employment and housing. Arizona's criminal penalties also increase if the defendant has prior convictions. Arizona's penalties for first-time felony offenders are defined by ARS Section 13702. The penalties for repetitive felony offenders are defined by ARS Section 13703. First-time offense. Class 2, 3 years mitigated, 4 years minimum, 5 years presumptive, 10 years maximum, 12.5 years aggravated. Class 3, 2 years mitigated, 2.5 years minimum, 3.5 years presumptive, 7 years maximum, 8.75 years aggravated. Class 4, 1 year mitigated, 1.5 years minimum, 2.5 years presumptive, 3 years maximum, 3.75 years aggravated. Second-time offense. Class 2, 4.5 years mitigated, 6 years minimum, 9.25 years presumptive, 18.5 years maximum, 23 years aggravated. Class 3, 3.25 years mitigated, 4.5 years minimum, 6.5 years presumptive, 13 years maximum, 16.25 years aggravated. Class 4, 2.25 years mitigated, 3 years minimum, 4.5 years presumptive, 6 years maximum, 7.5 years aggravated. Third-time offense. Class 2, 10.5 years mitigated, 14 years minimum, 15.75 years presumptive, 28 years maximum, 35 years aggravated. Class 3, 7.5 years mitigated, 10 years minimum, 11.25 years presumptive, 20 years maximum, 25 years aggravated. Class 4, 6 years mitigated, 8 years minimum, 10 years presumptive, 12 years maximum, 15 years aggravated. Next, let's examine the most significant aggravating and mitigating factors in Arizona drug charges. Aggravating factors are factors that can give a judge cause to extend a defendant's prison sentence beyond the statutorily prescribed maximum. Mitigating factors are those that might persuade the judge to issue a reduced prison sentence. Arizona's aggravating and mitigating factors for various criminal offenses are defined by ARS Section 13701. First, let's have a look at the aggravating factors. infliction or threatened infliction of serious physical injury. Use, threatened use, or possession of a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument during the commission of the crime. The value of any property taken or damaged. Presence of an accomplice. Especially heinous, cruel, or depraved manner in which the offense was committed. The offense was committed for the receipt or expectation of anything of pecuniary value. The defendant procured the commission of the offense by payment or promise of payment or anything of pecuniary value. The defendant was a public servant, and the offense involved conduct directly related to the defendant's office or employment. During the course of the commission of the offense, the death of an unborn child at any stage of its development occurred. The defendant was previously convicted of a felony within the 10 years immediately preceding the date of the offense. The offense was committed in the presence of a child. And during or immediately following the commission of the offense, the defendant used a mask or other disguise to obscure the defendant's face to avoid identification. On the other hand, these are the mitigating factors. The age of the defendant. The defendant's capacity to appreciate the wrongfulness of the defendant's conduct or to conform the defendant's conduct to the requirements of law was significantly impaired, but not so impaired as to constitute a defense to prosecution. The defendant was under unusual or substantial duress, although not to a degree that would constitute a defense to prosecution. The degree of the defendant's participation in the crime was minor. During or immediately following the commission of the offense, the defendant complied with all statutory duties. Any other factor that is relevant to the defendant's character or background, or to the nature or circumstances of the crime, and that the court finds to be mitigating. Finally, let's take a look at the charges that may accompany drug possession. If a defendant engaged in other legal conduct while under the influence of drugs or in their possession, drug possession charges may be just one of the offenses the defendant will face. Being charged with a more serious offense won't cancel out simple possession charges. For example, if a defendant is arrested for driving under the influence of an illegal drug with the drug in their possession, the defendant may be charged with both drug possession and DUI. Consuming or possessing certain drugs can be a parole violation that can send a former convict back behind bars. The defendant can be separately charged for the possession, manufacture, etc. of drug paraphernalia. Remember, if you're facing drug possession charges, you can review your case with an experienced Arizona defense lawyer, free of charge. Time is of the essence if you've been charged with drug possession and related offenses in Arizona. The right legal defense could make all the difference when you want to mitigate the damage from a drug arrest and possible conviction. My AZ lawyers have years of experience helping Maricopa County residents determine the most effective legal strategies for their specific situations. You deserve an attorney who is confident to represent you in court, but with the skills to avoid trial if possible. To schedule your free consultation with our firm, call 480-470-1504 or visit us online at myazlawyers.com.
Thank you for listening to the My AZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. Facing criminal charges in Arizona is very serious and requires the legal representation and guidance of an experienced criminal defense attorney. At My AZ Lawyers, we'll aggressively defend your case to the best of our abilities. Contact My AZ Lawyers today to get a free evaluation and find the peace of mind you deserve.